if they go to a state video franchise. But they've opted to do a local franchise agreement with the city and currently are in negotiations with them. The only issue with that is that the city's agreeing that they pay a one-time fee of $500,000 for 7 years. And they're going to let us have possibly $300 the first year and $100 third year. It's nearly enough to operate. What's interesting about all this is Comcast has written a franchise agreement saying that we can be non-revenue generating. And that's interesting because with us being a nonprofit, we're not revenue generating. We only, create opportunities and fundraise and make money that we put right back into the nonprofit. So that's a little bit of an issue. That wouldn't allow us to get grants. And I asked Comcast directly, and I said, so what happens? Are you telling me that if we have a local nonprofit organization, if we create a PSA for them for $100, that you get a cut of that? He said, oh, yes, we get a cut of that $100, plus every day that public service announcement, we would get a cut. They're wanting us to pay for any public service announcements that we produce.
Oh, that's so commercial.
Right, and it's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. So that's just one of the issues that we have. But that's something that's going to be tough for us, as I said, because we are grant-driven. We also have just completed our second year of doing a documentary for our county, which is Fulton County, documenting history of various neighborhoods in Fulton County, Georgia. And that's really important because we're teaching senior citizens how to use cameras and equipment. And they're going out and documenting by asking people in the neighborhoods about the history of the area, and past, present, future on their neighborhoods and what's going on there currently. So those are really important to us. So we're not real happy with those current negotiations, so we'll see how they turn out.
When you send them out with a camera, what kind of a camera is it?
We've got Panasonic digital cameras that we use.
Handheld?
100, Panasonic, I think they're called 100A.
ADVs?
We do mini DVs. We still accept beta because we still have some folks that shoot because we have the big beta cameras. The older folks still like that. But we'll be pretty much DVD. And we're heavily mini DV also. People shoot on the cameras to mini DV, but they edit on DVD. Or mini DV, either one, because we have Final Cut Pro or iMovie.
Do you get into mini DVDs, which is the camera that uses a disc instead of a tape?
Right. Well, no, we don't have that. Strictly a tape.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would think that the public would appreciate what you're doing and come forth.
Well, absolutely. The only thing is, at this point, coming forth really doesn't help the issue much. I mean, it's a negotiation between the city and Comcast, and we've basically been asked, or told, we're not going to be part of that. We're not participating. Everything here is done between the mayor's office and Comcast.
Is that
they strike a deal, it goes to city council.
Oh, was that Andrew Gage? Was that his name? Andrew Gage?
Who is that?
Vice President for Government Relations for Comcast.
His name is, for Comcast?
Yes.
His name is Andy Mackey.
Andy Mackey?
M-A-C-K-E.
Oh, okay.
He's, I think he's government relations. I don't know if he's the state of Georgia or just Metro Atlanta.
Are you state, by the way? You're not state yet, are you? I mean, the state isn't franchising.
Yes, we've had state video franchising. It was passed in March of 2007.
Oh.
It went into effect January 1 of 2008. And AT&T has one state franchise in place that covers probably about 60% of the state.
When they get a franchise, why don't they get the whole of the state?
Because they don't want to have to deliver to the mountainous areas and the beach areas. The line.
Sure.
I'm sure it has. It looks to me like they don't want to put the money into those areas that are not easy to reach, or their population is not very dense.
Oh, that's too bad, isn't it?
It's the way, that's how it is. They can't make money there, so why?
Looks to me like they sort of got their own way and everything, didn't they?
Absolutely. Oh, they did in this state, that's for sure. Bell South wrote the original legislation, and it was taken directly to a state senator or a state representative who pretty much put it in place 100% as written. And it was very few changes were made to the.
That's disgusting. What changes have you seen in public access in your 7 years?
Well, quite a bit. I think life in general has become more difficult for people, and I think with the amount of time that it takes to produce programs, I don't think they're producing as much as they did. I think living in a metropolitan area as we do in the city of Atlanta, our physical building is in the center of Atlanta, so there's traffic needing to get here to do it. So I think we've seen a slowdown in that regard, but we've seen more people simply submitting their programs to it. So that's been one change. Also, I don't know if Atlanta's different than a lot of areas. It seems it is, from what I can tell. Atlanta's gotten very much into the entertainment industry. So the majority of people, a vast number of people who do shows on People TV have moved away from doing community-driven programs to doing entertainment.
Oh, really?
A lot of rap, a lot of hip-hop. We have, content that is considered adult content, and a lot of people aren't happy with that because they consider the money we get as tax dollars. So it's created quite a few issues for us with city government.
Oh, yeah.
How they look at the channel. They feel if it's supposed to be for, community voices and to talk about the community and politics and that sort of thing, that's what it should be doing and not being used for, they feel, inappropriate language and violent language and, sexual content. So that's a real issue.
Yeah, that's very sad. That's very, very, very sad. Because phenomenon. I have to commend you on your name, I think, People TV.
Thank you. We do too. It just seems to really fit. It fits our community, and especially, as I said, since a lot of people came out of the civil rights movement to do programs here originally, I think it fits the community. And we still are very heavily grassroots.
And you've seen a lot of equipment changes.
We have, absolutely. Because we have two studios, and neither one of our main studios are digital. Our master control is digital, and our editing is digital. But we don't have in our, studio suites, we do not have digital equipment, except for just to record to mini DVDs. Our location equipment is digital, so with the cameras they're able to shoot, just doing in studio is not taped as digital.
What position do you have anything to do with NATOA?
NATOA. I participated with NATOA. I have been a member and have spoken at the NATOA conferences in the past, which is the Southeastern Association of Telecommunications Officers and Advisors.
Yes. Are they able to help out you?
Not really. I think our current mayor was head of the Mayor's Association. What is it? The municipal mayors or whatever it was. It was quite active also in NATOA, but was not active in participating at all. Our city government didn't participate in the fight against state video franchising. NATOA at the time was very busy in NATOA with other states when we were going through it in Georgia. And to be honest, our state legislature is heavily, heavily Republican. And I only got 2 votes in the House and 2 in the state Senate opposed to state video franchising.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
So 4 votes out of over 300 people tells you a lot.
well, I'm wondering if they listen to the money.
That's exactly it. And it didn't matter which side of the fence you were on, Republican or Democrat, they voted franchising. It was really money. And it was interesting because I tried to talk with the SCLC, the NAACP, the Black Caucus, and other groups, and they wouldn't do
There you are.
without a Comcast, without an AT&T representative.
Oh, see that?
Now, because they were paid lobbyists, I think Georgia had over 46 from AT&T.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And the thing is, it has not brought any jobs to Georgia.
It has not.
One state franchise from AT&T, they got a big $500.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't yet.
Yeah, you're right.
Tennessee fought it off for
What's
about
that?
18 months.
Say it again. What did you say?
Tennessee fought state video franchising for about 18 months.
It was. Our one up here is Verizon, and Verizon came into Long Island, for instance, which is heavily, heavily populated.
Right.
And AT&T came in and said, well, we're not going to do public access in the municipality. So Verizon has 7 public access stations in Long Island alone.
Really?
Yes, and in one of them, I understand a little better. The Public Access TV Corporation in Great Neck, which is a very wealthy community, and they have about 40 unincorporated villages. All of a sudden, I get my notice from PATV in Great Neck, Saturday nights on Channel 20. By the way, they're a private corporation the way you are. Great Neck is.
Right.
And then also you're going to be on Channel 38 Verizon.
Well, that's great. I mean, the way it is here, we've only got, I think AT&T only has about 200 or 300 households in test mode on the north side of the city of Atlanta and the northern part of the metro area. They don't have any homes. And in order for us to even be on AT&T, we have to pay for the equipment to interconnect with them, and then, of course, they will carry us on Channel 99, the U-verse system.
Terrible
I
number.
don't have any interest in participating in that simply because I won't have the money to be able to provide our signal to them.
Oh, that's so mean.
Right, and it's truly unfortunate. The thing is in the Northeast, California, and the Northwest, public access is much more important. In the second, an important feature of government, whether it's county or city. I mean, we're the only true public access in all, my gosh, the whole metro, which is probably about 40. DeKalb County has one, but it's run by Comcast, and they run infomercials on it most of the day. County has a little bit of one that's also run by Comcast. And other than that, there really aren't, I bet there aren't 5 access channels in the state of Georgia. Education, 2 education here in Atlanta, but city schools run mostly arts and culture, which is public domain programming off the satellite. So it's not been very important to communities. Cable TV's been important to this community, and we train producers from all over the metropolitan area. We serve about 5 million people, but we only are franchised in the city of Atlanta, but we do train people, and we do allow them to pay $25 a season to have a show on here, non-residents. We have to provide for our residents first, but if we have available, we can. So that's kind of how we operate.
I was going to ask you, Miami doesn't have any public access TV.
Not that I'm aware of. I lived on Miami Beach for about 3 years, and I don't remember there being any access when I was there.
No, there isn't any.
There's a aware of access because I've been in the television business for a lot of years, so I've been aware of access.
L.A. is trying to, of course, they're deeply hurt, and they state that they are. They're trying to do a feeble attempt at public access. L.A. 36, which apparently was a government and educational, 36 and 37. Was that right?
I'm not quite sure. I did talk with their telecommunications officer a couple of years ago when we were starting to look at our franchise agreement. And I've been watching on the ACM listserv a lot of what's been going on out there.
Was that Mark Wolf?
It may be. I don't remember whose name it is, but I'm just trying to follow a little bit of that
you talked
dialogue. No, I've just been reading the emails going back and forth on the listserv.
And what about William Imperio? Did you talk to him?
No. For the woman I spoke with a woman who was in Los Angeles County. Said a couple of years ago, and she sent me some of their general terms that they were working on when we first were looking at our franchise agreement here a couple of years ago. I don't remember her name.
LA 36, which I think was educational, has started a public access alcove.
Right.
And they, last Friday, a week ago Friday the 16th, they reviewed all the programs that had been submitted, public access program that had been submitted. Now, they are not going to meet again until September. They meet quarterly. Now, that is not giving the public access to TV, but they're trying.
Well, that's the important part. If they're making the effort, if they truly are invested or engaged enough to start it, you have to hope and believe that they will continue it.
Yes.
My history with the way the politics are here, I wouldn't bet on it. So I just certainly hope that would happen there.
And they're publicly funded. So they don't seem to be able to do much else in the United States.
Difficult. It's difficult because a lot of the economies are now. There are so many issues, and looking at a California or New York or Georgia, I mean, there's a lot of people that are out of work, and people feel that the money needs to go other places, and they tend to cut things they don't understand. Mm-hmm. They don't understand the importance to individuals. Mm-hmm. I mean, we've had people come here and have been homeless who have lived in the train station, but they heard about it, came here, created a show because, if you're homeless, but you can tell us you're in a shelter, how you to use it and get into a show. And that person finally found a job and started their own little nonprofit for the homeless like that. That's cool. And so it is important. We give people, I think, hope that they've got a place to have a voice and to help to our city government to fund us in 2011 and on.
The Verizon, well, let's take Greenberg, which is about 9 incorporated. They just take the cable, and they're, by the way, Cablevision is the carrier. They just, and town, which has its own public access, just takes the cable and Verizon.
I mean, it's not, but business-wise, it's not. But for the people who are getting public access, it works great.
Yes, it does.
And in the long run, I don't tend to worry a whole lot about those business folks because they tend to get their money other ways. They're getting paid, from the local access fees that they're able to charge.
Well, I would think that Verizon would have to pay Cablevision. I would think.
Because of all the way telecommunications are and the infrastructure and the way cable works anymore, I don't know that has to happen because the way our law's written in Georgia, you make the best effort to try and interconnect to receive that signal. So I don't know. There's nothing in ours that would create a clause that say Comcast would have to be paid if we went on to AT&T.
Oh, okay. All righty. Well, good. I'm glad you told me that.
That's true in Georgia now. I don't know about other states.
Uh-huh. Huh.
We have to pay to create the interconnect. So, see, the way AT&T works, and I don't know that Verizon sees not that way, AT&T's is over the internet. So we have to have a connection to AT&T. When we have that connection with AT&T, we feed them our signal. They accept our signal, which comes to them across the internet, and they just put it out on channel 99, and it looks just like what you would see something on the internet. It's smaller than what your regular TV screen is. You have to go through
Well, either we ran out of battery or we ran out of tape. Okay, we ran out of tape. This is a beautiful day in New York. The temperature is in the friendly 70s. The 70s are the best temperature there is, I think. And a slight breeze, kind of an affectionate breeze. And a blue sky, a blue dome. She's very smart, very capable. I like her.
she's aware of the FCC PEG petition.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's kind of things were a little nicer 5 years ago, weren't they?
Oh, yes, they were a little nicer, even just 3 or 4.
Just 3 or 4.
Right.
That skip you hear, that's Vox, voice activated. I don't like it. And henceforth, I learned to keep it shut off. I do not like that voice activated, the way it skips like that.
Texas was the first state video franchise.
Texas was the first?
Yes, ma'am. It was the very first, and I think that was in 2006.
Uh-huh. I did interview Fred Fishman, who is the executive director of Media Source Houston.
Uh-huh.
An interesting thing that Austin is going to start this summer, taking public access producer shows on email.
Right. If people are going to try to do that, it's not going to be the same quality.
It isn't.
know. I mean, if you're getting video that comes across the internet, it's a half-hour show. I don't know if it's or what. I have to believe the quality is not going to be the same. But
Oh, okay. I think the quality... Oh, really? Chat with Glendora has about 550 shows on the YouTube, and I thought the quality was pretty good.
well, it's not the same quality as television.
No,
Right.
no. And I'll tell you this. I receive the bulk of my response from the television stations. I do not receive any response from the internet. Get in touch with me who see the show on television. Don't have a response from the internet.
Everybody's kind of different. It depends on your audience and where they are and how they get their communication, their information, their news. Well, I look forward to seeing your show.
Oh, okay. They've started, I think, already in Atlanta, haven't they?
What started?
A chat with Glendora.
I have no idea. I don't know.
Oh, you didn't have time, of course. I think it's on at 12:30 p.m. on Tuesday.
Oh, great.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, very good.
And you got the donation check I sent you?
Yes, ma'am, we should have that.
Oh, that's good. I wish I had more to send you.
Well, we greatly appreciate it. We
Yeah.
appreciate your time and just your interest in public access.
Well, right. Let's see, 37 years.
Wow.
I started in 1972.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's great. Well,
Well, I think we've got...
helping us.
Yeah. Bless your hearts. We've got to stand behind you.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Charlotte.
Take care.
Now, Charlotte, just before you go, I got to get the facts, what you want on the screen for, what you want, a phone number? And that would be
404 873
873
6712.
712.
Yes, ma'am.
And,
What?
then, Charlotte is...
What'd she say?
Charlotte.
Take care.
Now, Charlotte, just before you go, I got to get the facts, what you want on the screen for, what you want, a phone number? And that would be
404 873
873
6712.
712.
Yes, ma'am.
And then Charlotte is CHARLOTTE.
Yes, ma'am. Engel is ENGEL.
And are you called the CEO?
Yes, ma'am. CEO and General Manager.
CEO and GM of People TV, Texas.
Correct?
Okay, we've got that.
That's adequate. Then you can put our website, www.peopletv.org. Actually, you can put that instead of our phone number. peopletv.org.
peopletv.org. But somebody might want to talk to you who doesn't have the internet.
Well, they can send us an information. I mean, there's an email there where it actually says you can send us a note, and it comes directly to me on the website.
Oh, that's good. No, but there's something...
That's it.
Right.
All right.
Yes, I'm so happy to meet you.
Well, it's nice meeting you, and thank you so much for your telephone calls and all your support.
Okay, today's joke?
Okay?
Yeah, what do you call fake spaghetti? The great imposter.
Oh, goodness. Thank you very much for
Keep up your brave
today.
Keep up your brave fight, honey. Keep up your brave fight.
I will. Thank you so much.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Here, bye-bye.
God bless them. They don't give up. Thank you. This is a chat with Glendora. There's going to be, this is the end of the events in the month of August 2009, Anno Domini, the year of your Lord.